spring grow strong.
Hey, hello, welcome. Let me get some music started. Make sure it's not too loud. Okay, that one didn't fit. There we go. Um, yeah. So we are doing something today. We are doing this Barbarian Prince. So uh basically I've been thinking about designing hex crawls or a hex crawl system rather. And there's a long history of hex crawls. There are some modern ones being released, but this type of game has been around for a long time. In fact, the original Dungeons and Dragons took a lot of inspiration from a game called Outdoor Wilderness. No, Wilderness Survival. Outdoor Survival. Wow, my brain just lagged. Outdoor Survival. That's the one. Um, which is effectively a hex crawl, right? It has a hex map. It has rules for movement, for things like, oh, you need food and water, for depending on the scenario, for things like getting lost, for finding people, for and so on and so forth. And it's fairly restrictive, right? So outdoor survival is almost like an algorithm, and all you need from the player kind of is to execute it. There's a lot of randomness in it, a lot of just die rolls, and then a lot of oh, you can't actually walk here, you have to walk in this direction, and so on. So yeah, game design back then, right? Um but it did take the map from that game and say, yo, this is a good map to use. And okay. Um but there was also this game, Barbarian Prince, which is an adventure game. At least it calls itself an adventure game, right? So let me check real quick. This game is available for free. Um, it is not in the public domain, so you're not allowed to like sell it and do other things with it that you can do in the public domain. But you can just play it, right? You can download it for free. You can put it on your website for free as long as you have the notice from the company Reaper Miniatures on it, right? The distribution notice and such. There are a lot of people who are making pretty assets for it on Board Game Geek, for example. Like they're updating as an improving layout and readability and so on of things like the rule books or their sheets that are in there, which is what I have here. I have a couple of like this is the adventure or event book, and this was just made prettified by someone on Board Game Geek. There's these tables here that look amazing, right? These are the oh yeah, here the distribution agreement. That's the one you have to attach. Um, right, some very nice uh tables that are a lot prettier and easier to look at. Item and so on. So I have all of this here, and this is the rules booklet that has been updated slightly to remove some errors. So this is as much the original as I can get without running into outright problems. So we're gonna play this a very janky way. I'll see how this works. But okay, what even is Barbarian Prince? So in Barbarian Prince, you play this guy, this dude, right? Evil events. This is from the official description. Evil events have overtaken the Northlands. You, Kalarath, Barbarian Prince, are in hiding, and the usurper who killed your father, the old king, now sits on his throne. Now you must flee south and raise enough gold by adventuring to equip an army with which to regain your rightful heritage. The way will not be easy, for the men of the South are strange, and some are schooled in the black mysteries. The passes are guarded by monsters, it is said, and in the ruined cities lurk foul things never born of this earth. But you have your stubborn Northland will and your great sword. And woe to anyone or anything which stands between you and your quest. So that is the premise of Barbarian Prince. Essentially, we are just wandering around an unfamiliar, strange, dangerous land trying to get money, right? And we have a time limit, and we need to raise a certain amount of money before that time limit is over. Otherwise, we lose. But there are a lot of different ways we can lose. We can lose by things like just dying in combat, for example. Right? That's probably one of the more common ones. Or things like starvation. That's also a thing, right? Um, so this game is really, really difficult. I do not expect to win. But yeah, this is we'll just see, right? We might play this more than once if it turns out to work out. So yeah, essentially you have these rules over here which are organized in a very peculiar manner if you compare them to how most rules are organized nowadays. This is a reference structure of rules. The rules, especially complex ones at big board games or role-playing games, serve two opposed functions. The first is to teach you the game, and the other is to be a reference for during the game. And a lot of role playing game books and such opt for the teaching the game structure, which makes it easier to absorb the information while you're reading it, but more difficult to find specific information when you're actually looking for it. And this is more of a reference, right? So if you read them from start to finish, it's like, there's a lot of stuff in here. It even tells you, well, the more important rules here are these random rule sections, right? Read them. Um, and that's because it is reference. It is based on references mainly, right? Okay, so however, this game does say you can learn while playing. You just start and then you learn, and all the rules or all the events in here will point you to relevant rules. Right? Okay, so um where's the map? Here. How do I get the map to show? Here. Ta-da! Okay, awesome. Does this work still? Still works. Nice. Let me there. Makes it looks a little bit nicer. Okay, so we're doing this janky stuff. We're playing this on Krita. Is the only way I found to make this work. So essentially what I have here is I have the map of the game, as you can see. Yeah, I have the map of the game. Let me add another layer. Need another layer. Okay. Right, we have the map. We have our token over here that I can move around. It's on its own layer. Can you see the token? Yes, you can. No, it's not moving. Why is it not moving? Do I have to do this? Why is it not moving on stream? What is going on? Okay, why is this not updating? What's wrong? Did I have it open multiple times? Something? Still not moving. What is happening? Why is this struggling? Okay, hold on. It's not liking Krita right now. Usually it works. Like when I use Krita to draw and or write or whatever, it updates perfectly fine. It has no trouble with Krita whatsoever. Let me try something. Okay. Okay, looks promising. Now you can see it changing. Okay. Uh I don't know what happened there. But okay. So, I have here I need again another layer. Right. So I have here the token that is our barbarian prince. And I have over here tracking sheets. Now I'm not gonna keep it like this. This is just an overview for everyone right now to see what I have. We have essentially our character sheet over here. Sorry. Ah, apologies. Right. So we have gold. We need to get at least 500. Right. Then we have the days and the weeks, days of the week, and weeks over here. We have 70 days. So at the end of the 10th week, we need to be done. We have food supply. We can have a lot of food supply. Dang. We have starvation tracker. We have, I guess this is something like hit points. We have our inventory. Down here we have combat summary, starvation rules, and such. And then we can have followers and caches, right? All right, so as you can see, the map is pretty big. There's a lot going on here. We have rivers, we have swamps and forests and grasslands and hills and deserts and mountains and farmland and towns and everything. So there's a lot going on here. This is a good hex map. It's filled with a lot of landmarks and such. Yeah. So let's just go. This might be a bit messy, but we'll just start and we'll see how it works out. So event number 1, we're over here. Event number 1, this is, you start with this one. You always start with that. And then it becomes kind of sort of like a choose your own adventure-ish kind of deal where you travel and then you roll for events. And that says, okay, go to here now. So we have, oh wait, sorry, I still need to roll something. There's one last thing I need to prepare, which is I need to roll for a stat. Right? Where is it? It's over here. Your character. Yeah. Da-da-da. So we have some stats. Hey, Awkward Pain. How are you doing? Thank you for the headpad. Well, I need to get some tissue paper. My nose is like, oh, you're streaming? Let me join. But yeah, how was your weekend? Busy? Oof. Election day. Oh, yes, I heard. God dang. Well, I hope that it will turn out well. But it's always yeah, I can imagine. I really do hope that sensibility will win out. Good morning, Amon. Dang, you're up early. How's it going? So we're playing some Barbarian Prince. This thing, Barbarian Prince, an old 1981. This game is older than I am. A 1981 uh board game, a Hexcrawl board game. Okay, so my alarm clock usually rings at this time of day. Holy heck, what? Like 5 a.m.? Is that what it is? If so, that is early. Yes. Holy heck, I do not envy that. The issue is, it's just more warranty for the lesser. Best case, they get in and won't fix any problems, or they keep it holding pattern for the next 4 years. Yeah, that always sucks, right? Like one side can say we will destroy everything, and the other side is like we will not do that. But that's it. We won't do anything else. It's like you're better by default. Bad habit of my post office. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Dang. Okay, okay. All right, where were we? We are playing Barbarian Prince. So, our character first, we begin play as Barbarian Prince Kalarath, right? We have skill 8. Not sure yet what that means, but we'll find out. We have endurance 9, also unsure what that means, and wealth 4. We also have a wits and wilds rating, reflecting your ability to react quickly to situations, think your way out of trouble, and convince people. And this is very, very much the sword and sorcery of like Conan and such, right? Sure, Conan, big beefy dude, lots of strength and skill with his sword and such. But really, a lot of the times, the thing that got him out of trouble was just grit, luck, his companions, and then just being clever, right? Thinking on his feet. Um, and that also influenced in a large part early D&D, where like, yeah, sure, you can play a big beefy dude and just jump into a horde of goblins and start slashing. Or you can try and be clever and avoid the goblins or whatever, right? And that might allow you to survive longer. So this is very reminiscent or very reflective of that. Used to have work time at 6 or 7 a.m. Musing that he was the archetype of D&D barbarian, but was probably more clever than the wizard. Yes. So the thing with it is like wizards aren't clever. Wizards just know a lot of things, right? I guess that is the difference between that is what they were trying to capture with the difference between intelligence and wisdom. Intelligence is you know a lot of things, and wisdom, which is horribly named, but wisdom is like your survival instinct, your knowledge of the world, your not necessarily street smarts, but you know that kind of deal. Your wit. Um, which is why barbarians would have like, or is it barbar or rangers at the very least would need like high wisdom, for example, right? Back in the day. Um, barbarians didn't exist, but like the closest thing they got was that, right? So that's yeah, that's what it was. And then time moved on. So we need to roll 1d3 plus 2 to determine our wits and wiles. And this is slightly changed, I believe. If I look over here on the tracker, it still says 1d6. So we'll go with 1d3 plus 2, which gives us a slightly better value. Let me zoom in. Okay. I need to write it down somewhere. Grab this color. Grab the pen. Okay, let's roll. I have a die roller here, and we'll roll the... Can I use a different color for this? Why do we have Sims music happening? Hold on. I need to change that in a bit. Give me a second. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let me get rid of this one. So I just dumped a whole bunch of music into a playlist, and I don't know which one fits. But let's roll. And we got a 5. Okay. So that is a... Since we're rolling a d3, a 5 is a 3. 3 plus 2 equals 3. What? Wait, what? What? Wait, did the thing not show? Oh, it is. Okay. So we have a Wit and Wiles of 5. That's a good start. That was the wrong layer here. 5. Ta-da! Okay. Nice. All right. So mess up the number. Yeah, that's okay. We're probably gonna die in our first run anyway. Like, this game is difficult. Okay, so we have combat skill of 8. That's here. Endurance of... Why is no more music playing? Okay. Endurance of 9. So endurance probably just means max HP. Right? Combat skill is probably going to influence the die rolls in combat. And 8 is supposed to be really, really high. At least that's what it's hinting us. And wealth of 4. Does that mean we have 4 gold? That's another thing with these old games. They tended to be very inconsistent with their nomenclature. Right? It's like they call this gold over here, but then they say wealth. And then they say need to gather this much gold. And then in other parts of the rule books they might say wealth again. So it's like, Rule 225. Let's see real quick. 225. Acquiring treasure. Whenever you kill characters encountered, your party may take their wealth. To determine the wealth of each affected character, blah, blah, blah. We roll down here, okay. The these may be a fixed number of gold pieces or refer to a wealth code. So wealth... If I have wealth of 4, does that mean this? Or does that mean gold? I do not know. Wealth 4 could mean rolling 4d6 for gold, or it could mean, yeah, gold. Yeah, I know. Or it could mean I am on this row of the table over here, so I roll for myself. The result is actual wealth code. Oh, compare the character's wealth code with 1d6 on the treasure table. The result is the actual wealth and gold piece. So I guess I do roll. In lieu of any more specific info, I'm just gonna roll and say, yeah, I have the wealth code of 4, so I'm gonna roll and check this column or this row. Okay, so let's roll the other die for our wealth. And we get another 5. Not bad, not bad. So that gives us 5 gold pieces. Yeah? We all okay with that? I'm just gonna say yes because I can't think of anything else. So we have 5 gold pieces. Put this over here, right? Making bank. Yeah, we are 1% of our way to the goal. And we only have 70 turns. So let's do this. Okay. The gold is used everywhere as currency. God. Yeah, I don't know. It's not 2 gold? Well, no. If we look over here, right, I have a wealth of 4, apparently. It can go up to like 100, 110, so I'm guessing 4 is not a lot, right? And then I rolled a 5. So the 5 over here with the 4 over here, can you see that? That's 5 gold pieces. Yeah? Do we agree? Even so, it's like what it doesn't make a big difference, right? The single player game, there's no cheating. I'm playing it to the best of my rules interpretations. I'm not intentionally trying to cheat. I'm just saying, this is how I interpret it right now as the game is giving it to me. Okay, so we start over here. Is the text legible? Is it too small or so? I'm gonna read it out in any case, but yeah, just let me know. That's how I read it? Okay, good. So we're in agreement. E001. So event number 1. The adventure begins. This is where we start. So we always start at event 1. Bit hard to read, but I can make out most of it. Okay, I am going to read it out aloud. But this makes it slightly easier for me to navigate. So I think if it's okay, I'll keep it this way for now. This music is also unfitting. Right, I'm just deleting all the songs in there that don't fit. Okay. Evil events have overtaken your Northland's kingdom. Your father, the old king, is dead, assassinated by rivals to the throne. These usurpers now hold the palace with their mercenary royal guard. You have escaped and must collect 500 gold pieces to raise a force to smash them and retake your heritage. Back when gold was still valuable. Furthermore, the usurpers have powerful friends overseas. If you can't return to take them out in 10 weeks, their allies will arm them and you will lose your kingdom forever. Now consult R201 to determine the starting attributes, 202, of yourself as the Barbarian Prince. Then return to this event and read the paragraph below. Okay, so we just did that, right? Yeah, so yeah, each character has combat skill, endurance, wealth. If no wealth is given, it's presumed to be 0, and we have 4. Okay, so we can have party. We can have followers in our party, including like just people and creatures and animals. And then yeah, we just did this, right? We just rolled our stats. Okay. To escape the mercenary royal guard, your loyal body servant Ogab smuggled you into a merchant caravan to the southern border. Roll 1 die to see where the caravan takes you. Ah, okay, interesting, interesting. While poor Ogab faces the wrath of the royal guards back home. Rip Ogab. You were a real one. You are in. All right, let's roll. Another 5? Hello? Okay. Ogab will be ready to smuggle you next time. Yeah. Ogab will remember this. This is just all the 5s. I did try this die roller. Oh, you didn't see the die roller because hold on, let me put the dice on top of the books. Maybe that will help. To see. Yeah, okay, so now you can see when I'm also rolling. Didn't see the dice the last 2 rolls. Okay, that's because I rolled it with the books open. Here. Right, this is yeah, I forgot if I have the books open, the way I have this layered on OBS, I accidentally put the books on top of the dice. So Sorry, my nose is full. Okay. Yeah. So I rolled another 5, and I don't know if it's good or not. Right? It's the first time playing it. I haven't read anything about it, so 5. Let's go. So we're in West Shore, 1501. So how hexes are named is the first 2 numbers are the column, and the second 2 numbers are the row. So 1501, we're in column 15 and row 1. You can tell this is the row because we're all in 1, which is all the way in the north, the top, right? So 1501 is up here. Let's move our token up to 1501. We're in West Shore. Okay. Do we see that? I hope so. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Boop, here, West Shore, right? So we're in this hex right now. Awesome. Okay. Now at dawn, you roll out of the merchant's wagon into a ditch. Dust off your clothes, loosen your sword belt, and get ready to start the first day of your adventure. See R203 for possible actions available to you. Important note, if you finish your actions for the day in any hex north of the Trakoth River, the mercenary royal guardsman may find you. So our first goal is to get south of the river. Interesting. I like this. I like this a lot. This is very good scenario design. Essentially, it says, yeah, you can just do whatever you want. Sure. It's an open, the world is your oyster. Where is it, our kingdom? Our kingdom is to the north. So we escape toward the south. So these are the southern lands, right? It just extends further south. And our kingdom is to the north off the map. Yeah, exactly. It's off the map. Okay, and I like this a lot. So the Trakoth River is just up here. It's like 2 hexes away, which, okay, not a lot, but still, it's essentially like it's it gives you a first impetus. A river killed so many adventurers. Yeah. It gives you a first impetus of like, where do I want to go, right? It's like it's a wide open world. You only have this very rough goal of get 500 gold. But what do I do? Well, your first step is to go south of the river, and then you can see where you end up. Hi, Vitalina. Hello. Welcome, welcome. How was your weekend? Um, right, so we can say things like, oh, do we want to walk around here in the farmlands a bit? Do we want to stay in West Shore and do something? Or do we want to just go straight south? Well, if I go south now, I have to ford the river and I end up in some swamps, right? This is swamp over. You cannot see because there. This is swamp over here, right? So the river is only the top row, more or less, top row or 2, right? Not a lot. We can cross it very quickly. But also, like, do we want to? Maybe there's some ruins over here. Might want to check them out. Do we want to cross back over the river later on? We'll see. The amount of player characters who jumped onto a river to get to the other side usually ends with 4 of 3 players drowning. I like that. Okay. CE005. After normal events are concluded, but before you take your evening meal. Okay, so let's check out Rule 203. Daily actions. And this is a horribly sorted list. But we'll get to that. So at the start of each day, you select one action for yourself. All the followers in your party will perform the same action, supporting and helping you. They cannot be trusted to act on their own. Seriously, these mercenaries. Each action has separate rules described in the appropriate section. Possible actions include rest in current hex to heal wounds and improve hunting. So I will have to hunt if I run low on food. Travel to new hex, your most common choice. Search for a previously placed cache. So I can hide wealth. I may want to do that because I might get robbed or something, right? That might be a thing. Now, what I can also do, we're in. Let me check. What are we in? Is this a village? I believe this is a village. There are temples down here, ruins, and you can see there are like lots of different types of temples. Right? There's this Stonehenge temple. There's this Babylonian style temple. There's this more open shrine. There's this nature shrine. It's this Greek Greco-Roman. It's interesting, right? It's a very much a Gonzo world. We have town. Okay, and what is a village? There is no village. What do the rules say? Village, town, or castle? So do the rules just say village, town, but then the game is like, no, actually, there's only towns, no villages? Because I believe, if I check the rules again, borrow money in a town. Yeah, only a town, not a village. Wow, this is though I'm going to assume that these are towns, right? Reminding me of Conan. Yeah, definitely. So these buildings are towns and these are villages, right? These thatched buildings are villages, which kind of makes sense, right? The town is at crossroads and has villages surrounding it. That's huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. This map is old. Maybe there was a mistake. I'm going to assume we're in a village. Yeah, this Ogon seems like a town, but us West Shore seems like a village. Yeah, let's go with that. There's a lot of I'd play small ones are villages. Yes. Yes, same with those smaller huts, right? And then the bigger houses are towns. Okay. So we're in a village. We can seek news and information. We can hire followers. We can seek an audience with the local lord. Seek employment. Submit offering at a temple. We cannot do that. Attempt thievery. Cannot do that. Visit the market. Borrow money. Cannot do that. Beg. Oof. And that's it. So seeking news in this daily action, you spend the day in taverns, streets, and the market, talking and learning. Roll 2d6 and consult the list below for results. If you spend 5 or more gold pieces, add +1 to your roll. If your wits and wiles is 5 plus, also add +1 to your roll, which it is. Nice. If you are in a village, subtract 1 from the dice roll. Aw. Okay, so it does make a difference, actually, right? Okay, so we're in a village. West Shore is in a village. Probably not the best place to start. Ogon may have been better. But, live and learn. Or, die and then resurrect and start again and learn. Um, so this gives us information for other stuff nearby. Right? Hiring followers. I'm not gonna do that now. I don't think I have the gold for it. Yeah, it's like 2 gold per day. This music is not correct. Some of the music is like, what the heck? Okay. Information is good, but only as long as the player remembers it. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. A runaway boy or girl joins the party at no cost. S1E3. So skill 1, endurance 3. This is really bad. But yeah, look at this. These have like S4, S5, S5, S6, which is the swordsman. That seems to be the highest. Yeah, so our S8 is really good. Seeking audience with the local lord. As a daily action, you spend the day trying to get admission to the hall or court of an interview with the village elder, town mayor, high priest, castle lord. Roll 2d6. Meet hostile guards, and that's an event. This E number is an event. Countermaster of household, audience permitted. Meet daughter of the village elder. Aha. Seek audience at town, seek audience at temple. Audience at these might be better. Seek audience halfling town. Oh, that's interesting. So they have like different castles and such have different event lists. That's so cool. That is really, really cool. There's a halfling town, there's a wizard's tower, the dwarf mine, and so on. This is really awesome. Right? This is why I'm playing this, right? To see how do they organize their hex map. How do they key their hexcrawl? It's like, okay, if you can seek audience, but if you're different towns or different castles, the results are different. And it is a lot of prep, but it's like, where's the elf nonsense? Is there an elf town? Elf Haven, there we go. Here, there's an elf haven. We can try and head there. If I know where it is, if I can find it on the map. Right. Rafting on rivers. You have a special option of using raft travel along the river instead of normal travel each day when raft travel is available. So I need a raft, I guess. You ride the raft until you get off, or when you roll 12 on d6 after day's travel. The latter represents the raft reaching a stopping point of lengthy loading, unloading, dismantling. While on a raft, you travel 6 river hex sides themselves. Your speed is either 3 hexes per day down the river or 2 hexes per day upriver. Wow, there's a difference. Okay. At the end of the day, the raft halts for the night, and you camp in either hex adjacent where you traveled. So I can immediately travel along the river. Okay, food. We don't need that right now. Combat, lodging. I need to pay lodging. So if I if I rest in a town, etc., right? I need to pay lodging, but I guess it's safer. Okay. True love. Dang, there's rules for this as well. That is so cool. Study history. Okay, we don't have that one yet. Visit tavern. This is we can eat our meal in a tavern and then things might happen. Okay. Begging. If you're alone and impoverished, you will beg at a castle. +1 if you're begging at a temple. Nice. Have a good day and collect wealth 4 worth of coins. Yeah, okay, so you do roll. Wealth 4, wealth 7 worth of coins. Yeah, that means you roll. Okay, so we did it correctly. Attempt robbery. Rob a stranger. So I have to fight them potentially. Seek an honest job. 1 gold per day, 2 gold per day. This is very slow. It's not enough. Right. So if we need 500 gold in total and we have 70 days to do it, we need to earn more than 5 gold a day. Right? Robbing sounds like the best way to make some enemies. It does indeed. So let's not try to get that. Let's do let's go seeking information. Let's go seeking information. So, what I do is I roll the 2d6 and I get an 8. That seems okay. I have 5. I don't, if I spend 5, I'm not going to spend my gold right now. Right? And these two cancel out. I have a Wits and Wiles 5 plus, +1 die roll, but I'm in a village -1. So that cancels out. I'm an 8 and counter. Roll immediately for travel event at this habitation. Ah, okay. So that's this thing. Uh, where are we? We're in farmlands, right? Yeah, this is farmlands. Honest day's work and put a high interest savings account that pays out in under 70 days. Exactly. Buy some NFTs or something. Um, we're in farmland. Okay, so farmland, basically this is a D66 table. We roll ones for down and ones for cross. So I have two dice. So the yellow one, the blue yellow one is for down, and the red green one is for cross. So we roll. Boom, 4 and 2. So we go down to 4 and then 2 merchant. E128. So, oops, I didn't need to close that. E128. Where is it? There's a lot of, there's like 200 events. E120. Merchant. You meet a friendly merchant. You can either pass by and ignore him, ending this encounter, or you can stop to chat and barter. If you stop, roll 2 dice, and consult the chart below. So I can essentially buy things. Maybe. Okay, let's roll. They are friendly. That's good. Yes. Okay, so let's roll 2d6 again. And I get another 8, which is, common. Merchant has healing potions for sale. Each costs 5 gold. You know what? Yes. I will get that healing potion. I will buy that. So, how does this work? I need to open up Paint real quick to open a certain file. Where do we have our counters? Healing potion. Here, that's not what I wanted. So this uses, there we go. Counters. So the paper, cardboard chits that you can use and put onto your sheet and so on, right? To represent items that you have, followers that you have. So we're going to grab the healing potion real quick. We just do this. I didn't have enough time to prepare this beforehand fully, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oop. Save as healing potion. Okay. And then I can grab the healing potion, put it into my tabletop. That is this messy thing right now. Where is it? Up here. Right? And then I can move it over to my items. Like this. Okay, I'm going to guess that the tiles are supposed to be this size, which means I can carry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items maybe. But you know what? It's okay. All right. Now we have a healing potion and no gold. So I need to get rid of this over here. Oop. Okay, we're at 0 gold. Let me just mark it like this. It's easier. There, 0 gold. Okay. How much does it heal? Event 180. Let's check out event 180 real quick. This potion can be applied once to any character, including yourself, at the end of the day after an evening meal. Potion immediately cures all wounds except poison wounds. Dang, that's powerful. All wounds. Okay. A rogue tried to rob an old man in the company of 7 canaries. Wait, what? What? Rogue tried to rob an old man in the company of 7 canaries. Oh, wait. Is that a reference to Zeus? Or something? All right, so D&D. Oh. Oh, yes. I remember I read that story a long time ago. I don't really remember all of it, but yes, I remember. Okay, so that was our day. And now we're at the end of day, right? So end of day. Daily actions, right? And then each action has its own rules and tables. After you finish all these events, at the end of the day, you must provide food for your entire party. I just spent all of my money, and I am now unable to pay for lodging. I am not smart. And I don't have any food, do I? Rule 2. Okay, let's see. 215. After the actions, events and counts of the day are finished, you and your party must eat their main meal. This might include hunting food, using food stores, purchasing a meal. If in a village, town, any mounts in your party may also require food. If you cannot feed your follower animal, consult starvation rules. For convenience, food is counted in units. Each unit is sufficient to feed one man for 1 day. Mounts require 2 units per day if they are unable to forage for their own fodder. If there's no water available, a desert hex with no oasis, okay, fine. Food requirement doubles. If you are in a farmland, countryside, forest, hill or swamp hex, you can hunt for food. Any one character of a party can be the hunter. Total his combat skill and half his current endurance. Endurance minus wounds. Okay, round fractions down, then subtract from that the roll of 2d6. Result is the number of food units gained by hunting. The character can act as a guide at +1 to total. If the total is 0 or less, the hunting was unsuccessful. Die roll is 12. Exactly, the hunter himself was hurt. Dang, okay. Name might help you. Okay, I will look that up later. It's good that women and NBs eat for free. Exactly. Yeah, so if I have an Amazon in my party, she doesn't need food. And there are Amazon followers, so hooray. Popular regions hunt. Each time you hunt in a farmland hex, roll 1d8 for a possible event that occurs after a hunt is finished, but before evening meals. Present mob and pursued by constabulary. Hunting is prohibited in any hex with the village town cast. I cannot hunt. I cannot hunt. I'm doomed. I'm gonna starve. uh and then there was lodging. If your party finished day after eating, you normally buy lodging for a party. For a single room. You must roll 2d6 for each party, then contract your wits and walls for result. Okay, so I can rest in the wild, no problem. Right? But if I have any followers, they might desert my party. However, the food thing is a problem. Oh, wait, there's carrying loads. Wait, each unit of food counts as 1 load. Every 100 gold pieces counts as 1 load. Each person carried counts as 20 loads. Oh, I can carry persons, right. All right, so let's just start starving. Uh
Endure in enduring grow strong.
Oh, is ad. Okay, let me read the rules real quick while the ad is going. Double meal can be eaten to eliminate effect of 2 days of serve, but triple large meals have no additional effect. It's easy because I am alone right now. But I will have to hunt at some point, okay. Ha. At least I have that healing potion. Yeah, I have a healing potion. Hooray. Dang. This is rough. I'm starting off the game and I'm already starving. No wonder this game was difficult. Okay. Mm. Some of this music is just not fitting. Okay. Let me read the rules more clearly. I don't start with any food, right? Yeah, I don't start with any food. Dang, so right off the bat, I have to get food somehow. I love that endure and grow strong. Yeah, that's from Planescape Torment. So when I eventually play that, we will hear that a lot. Probably should have bought some food. uh Oh, I can purchase food. It says right here. Uh do we want the healing potion? Do we say we undo the healing potion and then instead say we use our gold to buy food because you know what? Nah, let's go with it. I bought the healing potion. I was like, "Oh, I need that," and then I forgot I need food as well. Okay, we'll just yeah, no, we'll roll with it. We'll just roll with it. Again, I don't expect to win this round. A lot of people have said, "Yeah, I've played this game a whole bunch and only won once and such." So, okay, you can buy food with what money? Yeah, exactly. I just spent all of my money. Okay, so I'm starving now, which means I mark that on here. Right? I have starvation down here. So I'm the first day starving, right? And every day I eat normal food, I get rid of 1 day of starvation. So tomorrow, if I eat food normally, no problem, the starvation is gone again. But now we have to check for the mercenaries. So I'm still north of the river, right? So mercenary royal guardsman, roll 1 die, subtract 3. Then add 1 if you are Ogon on West Shore. The result is 1 or more. This event occurs. Okay, so we roll a die. 3. Dang! -3 plus 1 is 1. The event occurs. Mercenary thugs dressed as usurpers as their loyal guards, dressed by the usurpers as their loyal guardsmen, are riding toward you. Roll 1 die for each number of men, each of which has combat skill 5, endurance 4, and wealth 4. Oh, dang. So I need to roll how many people are after me. 1. Only 1. Okay. Your options are talk, evade, or fight. um. What is rule 327? So these are like special encounter things that happen. 327. Character encounter look nasty but slow in the uptake. You try to walk your way past, roll 1d6. If your wit and wiles is equal, exceed the roll, the characters let your party pass. Event ends. Otherwise, go to R330. Or I can fight or surprise. Your party surprises the characters encounter in combat. It's only one. Yeah, let's fight. Let's see how combat works. It's only one dude. I'm still doing well. I'm not starving yet. I'm starving tomorrow, right? So surprise. Your party surprises the characters encounter in combat. So let's check the combat rules. Combat. When your character and your party must fight characters encountered, these combat rules are used. Combat procedure. Combat is found in rounds and continues until one side escapes or is overcome. Very important. A side can escape. So there are morale checks and such, which again, in modern D&D, etc., these are just all gone. At the start of each round, you decide which of your characters will face each character encountered. After the opponents are matched against each other, then all characters on one side strike and any results applied, followed by all characters on the other side striking back and results applied. You and characters in your party may strike first or second each round depending on the event. Okay, selecting opponent. Each character in your party is matched against one encountered character. Each should select a different enemy. If one side has extra characters, you decide which the extra face. They can all face one opponent or each face different one, etc., etc. So, okay, whatever. Each man can have a maximum of 4 opponents around. Yeah, so 10 wolves can all attack one target. All right. When facing multiple opponents, character can strike only one each round, but can select which one to strike against. Both strike the opponent, but each striker is resolved separately. Okay, so relatively normal stuff. To resolve a strike, the character take the combat skill of the striker, subtract from it the combat skill of the target character. Aha, so you just only use combat skill, which is a nice, no like, oh, attack minus armor. It's just, yeah, if you fight, you have combat skill versus combat skill. Makes a lot of sense. If the target has better skill, the result will be a negative number. Roll 2d6 and add the result to the skill comparison to the roll. Finally, add subtract any special modifiers that apply. These modifiers are, we'll check, total result of the number in the combat table down here. If one of the listed numbers has occurred, the target suffers the number of wounds indicated. If the number is results that is not listed, the strike missed and no wounds are afflicted. So I can inflict up to 6 wounds if I'm strong enough. They were combat rating 4, yes? Yeah. So I have 8, they have 4, which means I'm in a very good position. Example, Dwarf skill 6, endurance 7, strikes at Barbarian Prince, skill 8, endurance 9, who has 1 wound. The Dwarf takes 6 skills, subtracts the Prince's 2, 4, minus 2, then rolls 2 dice and gets a 10. No special modifiers apply. Result is 8, which means 1 wound. Okay. Oh, these numbers are not in order. Wait, what? Like where, for example, is something like 4 and 5? Huh? Oh, those numbers are not possible because of the values of combat skill that exist in the game. You don't have every possible combat skill appear in the game. And depending on the calculations, only these values are possible. I think that's what they're doing here. It's like, it's impossible to get a 4 or 5 because of the math involved, or the numbers involved in the math. If characters achieve surprise in combat, they are allowed 1 free bonus strike at the start of combat. Then, when first round starts, the characters with surprise strike first. Awesome! So I basically get 2 attacks before the other dude ever gets to react. Nice. Okay, so let's do this. Um, skill 5. Oh, skill 5. Endurance 4. And wealth 5. Hey, I can loot the dude after I win. So, if I attack him, I get a 3, and then I add my roll. Right? Okay. So, let's do this. I have a lot of windows open. Where are my dice? I roll 2d6. Yeah. Which is a 5. It's not great. That's an 8. So that's 2 wounds. I don't need to mark that anywhere, I think. This much I can keep in mind. I believe there are enemy trackers somewhere. Not here. These are follower trackers. But there are enemy trackers. That I could, if I play this again, I can clean this up and put enemy trackers up below if I fight more than one person, etc. Whoops. Right? But okay, so I inflicted 2 wounds. That was the free round. That was the free round indeed. Now comes the first proper round. And I get to go again because I'm that awesome. So, roll again. An 11. Let's go. So I got a 14. A 14 is 3 wounds. Oh, an 8 is 1 wound. Doesn't matter. We got a total of 4 wounds. Dude only has 4 endurance. He's dead. Yeah, so 1 wound and 3 wounds is 4, right? And dude only has 4 endurance. He's dead. Awesome! We murdered the mercenary royal guardsman. Cue the music. This is a bit weird, but da 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 da. Okay. So we get wealth 4, which means after combat, I keep forgetting. Okay. After combat, we get to loot people, acquiring treasure. Sure, I'll keep the music. So again, wealth 4, I roll a die. Does he has this coin? Yeah. Let's see how much. A 3, not a lot. 4 coins! Let's go. So we just got four coins. Yay! Awesome. We're rich. Let's go. Okay. You know what? Let me put some opacity on that. So I can kind of see. There we go. You can just stay here and keep taking them out one by one. Yeah, but the problem is I roll a d6 to see how many of them approach. And if I roll a 6, they're gonna murder me. Right? So I was really, really lucky and only rolled 1 dude. And that's why I decided to fight. And I got a surprise round only because it was 1 dude. If you check here, with 3 people, yeah, I can still surprise them. With 4 people, nope, there's no more surprise happening. Right? It's just normal attack. So yeah, I got lucky. 5 might do that. Yeah. So I got lucky this time. It was only 1 person. And yeah, I was able to take him out. Okay. But now it's the next day. So that was day 1 and now so day 1 is done. Right? Now it's day 2. Okay. Day 2. What do? We got to cross the river. We got to cross the river. So, which way though do we cross? Where do we want to go? Do we want to go south or do we want to go southwest? South, it's a big desert. There might be valuable stuff in there, and there's oases and such, a temple. But might be difficult to go in. Elf Place. Yes, I remember. Okay, where's the Elf Haven? Where is the Elf Haven? Can we find it? They're probably in a forest somewhere. Do I have to discover the Elf Haven? It's not on the map. It's not on the map. I have to discover it. Okay. Where is the Elf Haven? Ah, it is tied to an event. Okay. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to find out how to find it. So, but I'm gonna guess forest might not be a bad idea. So let's go south, and then we can hit this forest down here. Oops, I moved the wrong layer. Okay, token. There we go. Move south. Boop. Okay, now we have to cross the river, which is its own thing. Travel. It allows roads, river crossing. If your travel takes you over a river, you must first consult the travel table for getting to the river without getting lost. And then for possible event, crossing the river by using the river line of the table. Okay. So 205, lost. Each time you attempt to leave a hex, travel new one. With danger of becoming lost. River crossing. The party is trying to cross the river. First check to see if you get lost in the crossing. If you do, this represents an inability to find a proper crossing place, port, place to swim, materials for raft, etc. Okay, how do I check if I'm lost? Here. Consult the travel table. Which is where? Here. No. 207. See separate sheet. Treasure table? Do I have the travel table? I don't have... Oops, I don't have the travel table. Uh... Treasure? Searching ruins? Uh-oh. Travel tables? Are these the travel tables? NOS 9 plus. Is that it? Can you search? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. Travel event. Okay, so these are the travel tables. Okay. So I need to roll for where is getting lost? Farmland, countryside, forest. 207 travel tables. Yeah, these things. So I'm in farmland, right? Yeah, okay, this is rule 207 farmland. Okay. All these rules are a bit messy. Find the terrain type you are leaving. Right, read across to the lost column entry, roll 2d6. If the dice equals or exceeds the number there, your party is lost. So I might just get stuck in the same hex for like a whole week if I roll unluckily. That is totally thing. Okay, so I have the travel tables. I'm in farmland, lost 10 plus. Okay, it's unlikely, but possible. Let's roll. 7. I made it! I'm so good. Awesome. Alright, so I made it. And now I need to cross the river. If you are following the road or airborne, whatever. Yeah, got this. Okay, and then using the river line of the table. So it doesn't prevent you from crossing. You then enter the hex on the other side check for any travel events on the terrain encountered there. So crossing a river just means 2 events. So it's essentially whenever I travel, I check for an event in the hex I enter, but if I cross a river, there are 2 possible ones. Okay. Again, yellow die is for down, red die is for cross. Let's check. 3, 4. That means we go 3, 4. A troll. That does not sound good. That does not sound good at all. Okay, 57. Event 57 is a troll. A huge stone skin troll confronts your party. Roll 1 die. If the troll exceeds your wits and wiles, then it strikes first in combat. Otherwise, you strike first. This troll has combat skill 8, endurance 8, and wealth 15. Furthermore, the troll skin has regenerative properties. It automatically cures 1 wound at the end of each combat round you fight against it. What? What? I'm gonna die on day 2. Okay. Let's roll for wits and wiles. Roll a single die. Oh, that die roll is low. Nope, but I am wittier. Aha, so I go first. If you kill the troll, the stone skin is a valuable item when you have an opportunity to buy food at town, castle, temple from merchants. Sell the skin for 50 gold. And also known that Count Drogat of Drogat Castle will charge you the gift should you manage to get a personal audience with him. Okay. This is very interesting, right? It gives you rumors like that. This is essentially a rumor table, a special item, and you get a rumor table. You get a rumor, and it's like, oh, if you go there with this special item, you can like do extra things. Okay, poof. Right. Is there a reference sheet over here for how do I move this whole thing? I move it like this. Yes, it is. There's this. Okay. Okay, so I go first. And then I roll, and it's both even. The troll has combat skill 8, I have combat skill 8, it's all even. Six. That is not good. Does that mean no wounds? I guess that means no wounds. Okay, so it is possible to deal 0 wounds then, I guess, because the roll is too low. So it's not the math is mathing, it's really just I don't deal any what? Okay, yeah, no, I don't deal any wounds to that drag. Yeah, okay. The troll goes and deals 7, which is also no wounds. Okay. Let's go. Let's continue. My turn. I roll a 6. That is nothing. Wow, that's a lot of rolls full of nothing. The troll rolls a 3. No. That means I get a wound. Rip. Okay. So my endurance now, it used to be 9, it is now 8. Okay. My turn. Oh wait, I'm starving, am I? I'm starving, which means my combat skill is actually 1 lower. Hold up. Wait. So if the troll rolls a 3, that is actually a 4. So I don't get a wound. I'm taking that. I'm starving. I'm taking any advantage I can get. Let's go with this. Is the die roller gone? Hello? Oh no, there it is. Okay. I forgot what this roll was. Let's go again. So it's actually, I'm at a -1. Roll a 3. That is a 2. Nothing. Okay, troll rolls. It's a +1. 4. That is a wound. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna die crossing the river. My turn. I rolled a 10. That's a 9. Which is nothing. This is so weird. The fact that like some numbers are just nothing. Troll is rolling now. 4 + 1 is 5. That's another wound. I'm gonna die. I get another -1, right? Because I have more than 1 wound. 6. That is a 4. That's nothing. Troll rolls a 6 + 1 is a 7. That's also nothing. Dang. I roll a 7. -2 is 5. I deal a wound to the troll. Okay, I'm gonna mark this down here. A wound to the troll. Troll rolls a 5 + 1 is a 6. Also nothing. This is tedious. This feels very, very tedious. Oh, they will heal it back. You are correct. Yeah, you are correct. Thank you for reminding me. The troll is full again. So I cannot beat this thing. Unless I deal, like... I need to roll, like, I need to roll a 12. That's the only way I can... Because I'm dead. There's no point in sitting here rolling for half an hour just for me to die a slow death. I die on day 2. Can you escape? Good question. Let's check. There was escape. In a combat round, instead of attacking, may attempt to flee. As either all or none escape, you cannot leave some behind. Instead, roll a 1d6. 4 plus results in a successful escape. Yeah, okay. So, roll a 1d6, try to escape. Let's go. I fail! So the troll gets to hit me. For, this is a 9, + 1 is 10. I get 2 wounds. Cool. I'm half dead. Let's try to escape again. Oof, make it. Okay. And then I need to check for an event. Yes. Wow, that is... What the heck? Danger dance. I love that. Rule 218. Escape and hiding. When your party escapes, you move randomly to an adjacent hex. Roll 1d6 to determine which direction you go. There's a lot of random stuff in here. I roll a 2. Northeast. I go back across the river? Really? I go... Oops. Oh, this was the wrong layer. Yay, layer check. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of these things. Need to put them on the correct layer. Hold on. Hold on. Instead of doing it like this, let me just make this really big. Make it even bigger. Boom, just like that. Okay. I should have tried to escape right from the start, but okay. Token there. I moved northeast up here. Hooray! I'm back across the river. Awesome! At least you have your potion. You are correct. But it heals everything, so it's like, You're Your party is now in that hex for the rest of the day. No new event occurs because you've encountered that hex, but any events still pending must be determined, and after all events are resolved, you must eat for the day. At least I can hunt. I'm in farmland, I can hunt. Escapes across a river are prohibited. Roll again for another route. Okay, thank you for telling me that now. Escapes across river are prohibited. I need to roll again. And I roll a 6, which is... Which direction? Northwest. I also cannot go that. That would also be crossing a river. All of this information needs to be like on some sort of... I may need to make a reference 3 to 5, yeah. I may need to make a reference thing down here for things like this. 5. Okay, what is 5? 5 would then be southwest. Southwest. Can I head southwest? I can. Okay. Oh wait, no, I didn't enter this hex. I never entered this hex. I was crossing the river. I never entered this hex. So when I flee northwest or northeast, I go up here. Oh my goodness. Look at me getting stuck. No wonder his throne was usurped. This guy is useless. Look at him. All right. Yeah, there's a lot to keep in mind, but okay. We're up here. Is there anything else I need to determine? Okay, yeah, no, nothing else. Nothing else for now. Okay. I need to hunt. Right? It's if I'm north of the river before I take my evening meal. All right, no, I need to do this at first. Maybe now I get accosted by 6 mercenaries and they kill me. Let's see, how many? 3. Do I surprise them? Oh no, wait. I roll 3 minus 3. That's 0. No event occurs. Oh yeah, no event occurs. Okay. I forgot that first step. It's another roll. No event occurs. I'm fine. I can now hunt. Yeah. I need like references for all of these somewhere. I need to go through this rule book and like rearrange it. This is very much not intuitive. Hunting. Combat skill, half as current endurance. Round fractions down, then subtract from that roll 2d6. Okay, so my combat skill is 8 minus 1 is 7. And half my current endurance is 2, so that's 9. That's not good. What do I get? 9 minus 9. I have no food. I don't hunt any food because I'm so wounded and useless. But I can purchase food. So let me spend 1 gold to buy some food. Should I had your potion? Yeah. Yeah, hindsight, etc. Okay, I'm now at 3 gold. I'm not starving anymore though, because you know, I ate the food and that gets rid of one day of starving. Wait, when can I drink the potion? Event 180, right? At the end of the day after the evening meal. So yeah, no, I couldn't have done it anyway. I need to eat first before I can drink the potion. So let me drink it now. Let me drink it. And now I'm fully healed. Do not drink on an empty stomach. Exactly. Okay, now I'm fully healed again. Ah! And I will wait, I tried hunting. Farmland Hex, roll 1d6 for a possible event. So I need to roll again. 6. Uh-oh. I'm being accosted by constabulary. So I need to... You know what? I jumped the gun. I'm still here. I still have the potion. I jumped the gun. I tried hunting. Right? But I'm accosted by the local constabulary, which is event 50. I'm guessing these can also be sorted better. This event only applies if you're within 3 hexes of town, castle, temple. Otherwise, there's no event. If the nearest town, castle, temple is Ogon Westshore, see event 2 instead. So, event 2. So instead of the local constabulary, I get more mercenary guardsmen. I guess. Or not, I don't know. No, I do get this event. Okay. You encounter... No, it does say number 2, right? Yeah, no, it's number 2, but I add +2 to the roll or something? Okay. So, let's roll a die again. 1. Let's just run this like a script, right? Roll 1 die. Each time you hunt in Farmland Hex, roll 1d8, 6 local see event 50, add +2 to the die roll in that event. No, but like, I don't know. I'm really confused. You, Larry, what? Yeah, it does refer me to this event. And then I just rolled, I got a 1 and no event occurs. So I guess I got lucky? And now I can bed down for the night. Pay 1 gold to eat food and then drink my healing potion. Very convoluted. It is very convoluted. Definitely. But yeah, now I have 3 gold. And that was day 2. Wow, that was an adventure. Day 3. What do we do day 3? Let's move down here to 1701. I want to get away from this town. Holy heck. Let's get away from the town. The town is nothing but trouble. 1701. Right? 3G with no wounds and full belly. Exactly. Can't get any better than this. Right? But we're still north of the river. We're still north. What the heck? Ah, this game is rough. But I can totally see how a Hexcrawl can work now. I'm starting to really see like there's a lot of decisions we're making. And if you actually play out all the encounters and all the searching and have role-playing scenes in between with a big party and such, I can totally see how just a simple hex crawl like this with a bunch of tables and actions you can do, like this is very gamified. This is a board game. But I can totally see how this is now very much like you can get a lot of adventure out of this. And we're only on day 3, right? So yeah. Okay. Okay. Um we're in the hills. So let's travel to hills and we need to roll on the travel table. Right? Just make sure. Each time you leave a hex to go to a new one. Right, and I have to check if I get lost. Uh okay, no. So I am in here. I'm trying to enter the hills hex, which means I first roll to see if I get lost. Inspiration plenty. Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff. So I roll 2d6, and if it's a 10 or higher, I get lost. Okay, I don't. And then I roll for the find the terrain that you're currently in. Each time attempt to enter new hex, an event may occur. Find the type of terrain you're currently in on the travel table. So I'm currently in farmland, right? So I roll this. 5 and 6. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I am in farmland. 5 and 6. Local constabulary. Again? Oh my god, but that means the mercenaries again because I am north of the river. So we roll to see if we actually get the event. 4. -3. Yes. The event occurs. So let's roll to see how many people, how many mercenaries. 1 again. I can totally fight this again. All right, there's only one dude. Let's fight. Let's do this. We're fighting. I want to murder these guys. That sounds wrong because they have money. That sounds even worse. Because they're trying to murder me. Okay, okay. Yes, I know. I need a bit of luck. After encountering a freaking troll while crossing the river, I need a little bit of luck here. All right, so I'm no longer starving, which means my combat skill is back up to 8. Yeah. So 3. Right? My difference is 3. Let's roll. +4 is 7. That results in absolutely nothing. All right, and the enemy is -3. Roll. 7. That is a negative number. That results in nothing at all. Okay. Oh wait, no, I have a surprise round. I forgot. So roll again. 7 + 3 is 10. No, wait, 6 + 3 is 9. That also results in I still cannot get over the fact that this has like gaps in there, which just means you don't deal anything. But okay. But surprise round and repeat and all that. Let's do that. This is a 9 + 3 is 12. 2 wounds. Let's go. 2 wounds on the enemy. So where do I mark this? Let me just mark this down here. 1, 2. Right? Okay, now the enemy gets to go. 6 minus 3 is a 3. Uh-oh, I get a wound. No, never. Wait. And another -1 because the striker has more than one wound. And another -1. So 6 minus 3 -1 is 1. That's nothing. I need to keep all of these in mind. Oh my goodness. A lot of modifiers here. So I get to roll, and I get +2 on my roll because my target has wounds greater or equal than half their endurance. So 3 + 2, 5 + 3, 8. I deal another wound. Dude's almost dead. Okay. There's so much to keep in mind. 6 minus 5 is a 1. Again, nothing. I'm gonna beat this dude. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 2 is 12. That's 2 more wounds. Guy is dead. Hurrah! Awesome. So I get to loot him again, and he has, well, 4. A 4. That was 4 gold pieces, I believe. 4 gold pieces. Okay. Oops. That was too many clicks. So I am now at... I can actually do this. That's too big. Okay. 4. So I was at 3. I'm now at 7 gold pieces. Yay. And I enter the hex. I'm not lost. I enter the hex. Oop. This would be so much easier on a dedicated virtual tabletop of some kind. Okay. Finally. Yeah, some luck. All right. Ooh. Now I hunt. Is this set up on Roll20 or something? Possibly, yeah. You know what? That would have probably been a better idea because on Roll20 you can just put background images. You can just put images on there. You can move around tokens. You can roll dice and all that. Yeah, probably a lot easier to do this on something like Roll20. If I do want to play this again at some point, I think. I will find a way to implement this, make a better way of implementing this than on a Paint program that is very messy. Okay. Yeah. So, where was I? Right, hunt. I need to hunt. And essentially, I take my combat skill of 8 plus half my endurance rounded down, which is 4, which is 12. I basically cannot fail the hunt, but I can get hurt while hunting, so I still roll. That is an 8. Subtract from that the roll. The result is the number of food units gained by hunting. Okay. I need to check how much load I can carry. Where is it? Load. Transport weights. Does it say how much load I can carry? Study history. Borrow from Shylock. No. Travel speeds. Roads, airborne travel, travel events, transport. Oh, here. Each man on foot, including porters, can carry up to 10 loads. Okay. So I have 4 food. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 loads, but that's okay. And then now I eat one of them. Right? So now I'm at 3. And then I rest outside. Boom. And that was day 3. We're now entering day 4. Now I try to cross the river again. I'm in hills, though. So I get lost on a 10 plus. What's this event at 10 plus? What does that mean? You can roll for a dragon? Wait, what? Oh god! Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Uh... Oh, so I roll to see if the event even occurs. And if it doesn't occur, and if it does, okay. So I first check if an event even occurs, right? So I'm in hills, which means if I get lost on an 8 plus. Roll. Let's see. Dang it! I get lost. So I make no progress today of leaving the hex, but I can do other things, right? You cannot select an alternate action. Well, I can still hunt. So let's do that. I can't do anything. I'm stuck up here. I will check if the mercenaries arrive. So I need to check for the mercenaries. Right? So I roll this. A 1 die. No mercenaries. Okay, and now I hunt for food. Stock up on some food. Why not? 4. Not bad. That means 8 units of food. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I eat one. So that means I'm at 10 units. And how you mark 10 units is like this, 10 and 0, like such. Okay. I'm at 10 units of food. Not bad. I will not have to hunt for a while. But I'm stuck here for the day. All right. That was day 3. No, that was day 4. Dang, these days go quickly. Yeah, we're trying to cross the river again. 7. I make it. I make it. All right, awesome. Now let's roll for a river crossing. Event at a 10 plus. I didn't do that last time. So I played it a bit more difficult. This is a 10 though. Doesn't matter. I get an event. No troll, no troll, no troll. Let's see. 1 4. 1 4. A dwarf. Okay. A dwarf. Let's see. What does the dwarf give us? Event 6. You encounter a dwarf warrior with combat skill 6, endurance 7, wealth 21. So I could murder him. There's a lot of wealth. I could murder the dude. First, select one of the 3 options below. talk, evade, fight. Then, before rolling a die to resolve the option, first roll one die to see if he's alone or accompanied by friends. Ah. So if I attack, it's like, yeah, but then all of the friends jump out. It's like, surprise! Yeesh, this is not easy. Could be good. Yeah, I'm not. I can probably recruit the dude though. Um. mm, let's go with talk. Let's go with talk for now. Okay. Go with talk. And then I rolls to see if the dwarf is alone. No, the dwarf is a leader of a band. See event 50, 80, yeah, 58 for a number of doors in it, and use that option select to resolve the event at that location. Oh my, yeah. So this is emergent storytelling, and this is very much how old school like hex crawling D&D and such worked. It's just you roll things like you meet a dwarf, you're trying to cross a river. Okay, roll, roll, roll. Oh, you meet a dwarf. Roll, roll, roll. Oh, it's actually a dwarven band, right? Heck, and now the story just goes from there. You encounter a group of dwarves. Each dwarf has combat skill 506, wealth 10. Roll one die and add 1 for the number of dwarves in the band. Okay. 6 dwarves. Your party has fewer members than dwarf band. You spot them first. You can either follow them, hide, or escape from them, as you wish. Or meet them using one of the 3 options below. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna fight them. Even though if I do manage to murder all of them, it's like it's nice amount of money. But no. Let's try to talk. Right? Your party size is equal and larger. They spot you first. You must meet them. No, I will talk with them. Right? So let's see what we get. 5. Pass. So we just kind of pass each other like, g'day, g'day. And that's it. Okay, so what's this? Okay. Pass, which is rule 328. We're both just kind of crossing the river. We're just like swimming along, it's like hello, hello, and then that's it. 228, right? 228. No. What was the rule? 328. Oh my goodness. Characters kind of look rough, but you try to talk about it. Roll 1d6. If your wit and wiles exceeds the roll, they let you pass and event ends. Yeah. 2. Okay, yeah, no, I talk my way past. It's like, I'm a nobody. Let me pass. Pass like dwarven ships in the night. Exactly. Okay. And now I roll for the Hills event. I know the ad is starting. I'm just going to roll real quick. Yeah, no, that is not an event. So I make it across. I am finally south of the river. Ah, took us long enough. I got really lucky getting 5. Yeah, the others would have been inquiry, bribe, join, hire. I mean, hirelings would have been useful as well. I could have hired some of them, right, as party members. Yeah. Okay. The ad is gonna hit. I do need to go grab something to eat real quick. What time is it? Okay, good. Rolling 5 wits. Oh, wits and wiles. Yeah. But I mean, it is 1d3. It's not. I didn't roll 1d6. I rolled 1d3 plus 2.
Endure.
Though I guess this says
In
1d6.
enduring, grow strong.
The rule book said 1d3 plus 2. I was like, let's go with that one. So, yeah. Okay. Let me pause the music. Music pause? No, now it is. All right, yeah, I do need to be right back. I will go grab some food real quick and such, and then we'll continue this barbarian misadventure. All right, I will see you all in a bit. Okay, back. Yeah, we're here now. We've finally crossed the river. Nice. And let's hunt. I need more food. I want more food. Do I have to hunt? I don't think I have to. I can hunt. But while here, why not? Oh wait, no, I can only carry a certain amount of load. How much can I carry? I forgot. 20? 10. I can no longer carry any more food. Um mm, you get to choose your race and class in this game? Nope, you do not. It's not that complex. Um you are the barbarian prince, Kalarath, and that's it. Yeah, you're just stuck as the barbarian prince. But barbarian, not so much as like D&D barbarian, but more like Conan barbarian. There is a difference. Um okay, I don't need to hunt right now. I have enough food. So, which means let me Delete this. I'm at 9 food. Okay, and that's the end of the day. All right. That was day 5. The first week is almost over. Dang. Oh, I forgot the music is off. I mean, Zaya is a kind of barbarian in that sense. Like in the Conan sense. Like the Conan barbarian is like witty, right? Witty and clever. Um, and relying a lot on that rather than just brute strength. Which is why some barbarians, like in 3rd edition, barbarians got things like danger sense and such. It's a little bit of like making them not just big brutes. But now barbarians are like, I have nothing in head, I must smash. So, meh. Okay, not the class. The tribal village in the woods kind of. Oh, tribal warrior kind of barbarian. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can barely lift a sack of rice. Oof. Then you don't get to eat, I guess. Like heavy bubbles. Yeah, where do we travel? Let's not go into the mountains. Mountains seem very, very dangerous, and we might get lost in them. Also, what is this music? What the heck? There. Yeah, so let's go to 16.2. Alright, let's go to Hex 1602. That means we roll to see if we get lost while in the hill. So we get lost on an 8 plus. Dang it! Now it gives me all the 10s. Okay. So we get lost. Let's see if there's an event. No event. Yay! Awesome. Cool. I love it. We just spend the whole day wandering around the hills completely like completely unaware of our surroundings. 2! Yes, stay 2 in the hills. It's not like we're on a tight schedule. Okay, that was day 6. Same thing. Okay, I can totally see now how getting lost like this and then not being able to do anything in the hex itself might get very frustrating. If you can do things in the hex, or if it's like if there's other options, because like you're traveling and traveling is like you're making progress and that's what gives you the agency. But if you're just getting lost like this, like, oh yeah, nothing happens. This is the null result in this game. Getting lost and then no event. It's not fully a null result because you still lose time, but that makes it feel worse because you don't have a choice in the matter. Right? It's like um how do I say this? So null results are not great, right? Null results being like nothing happens, it's not great. So you always want some consequence to a roll. And a consequence to a roll can be that um you lose time. Yeah? That can be a consequence to a roll. Why is this like this? Why is the color picker so small? There we go. Um that you lose time. That is a possible consequence, and it is a big consequence that character or players have to take into account. The thing is, though, what you want them to be able to do is to pick between multiple different routes, multiple different possibilities, and say, and compare. It could be like, okay, this path is safer, but it might cost us more time. This path is faster, but it's more dangerous, right? And then they can make an informed, more or less informed choice of what they're more willing to risk. Here, you don't have a choice. Right? It's basically the only thing you can do when in a hex, more or less, is travel, right? I can rest, or I can travel, and that's it if I'm in the wilderness, right? Um, so if my only choice moving ahead is travel, and I don't get to do that, then that is not good. So that is something to keep in mind with the getting lost rules and such. And it's especially punishing because you don't get to do anything else afterwards. Right? The rules say, oh, you spent the entire day wandering around in the heck, and that's it. The day's over. Sucks to be you. So, I don't quite like that. All right, let's roll some dice though. See if we get lost. Yes, we do. Hooray! See if there's an event on a 10 plus. No event. And again, couple of die rolls, and all they do is blah. This. You're back. Welcome back, Awkward Pain. So I'm critiquing. What the heck? I'm critiquing some of the design in this. And I need to eat another food. Right? Essentially, you don't have a choice but to travel most of the time. And gotta go in like 10 minutes, gotta get up early to vote. Oh yes, yes, good luck with that. Good luck? I mean, yeah, hope everything will turn out right. But yeah, it's not great. Okay. We're still trying to still trying to move here. Um to this area, right? Okay. So let's roll again. On an 8 plus we get lost. Is there any way to improve our uh oh, you may modify this roll by -1 for each successive day you attempt to leave the hex in the same direction. Uh so the way these rules are worded, it's like you roll on the travel event of the hex you are entering, not the hex you're currently in. Makes a lot more sense, but it's a bit yeah. It's a little bit okay, so we're on day 3, right? So we get a -2 on the roll to see if we get lost or not. Finally. We make it out. Oop. All right, and now we'll check Grasslands event. Roll, and then check. This is a 9. Countryside, right? Yeah, countryside. Yes, we get an event. Okay. 1/1 swordsman. Okay, let's check the swordsman event. You meet a swordsman adventurer. He's mounted on a horse with combat skill 6, endurance 6, and wealth 7. Sitting there on his horse, he takes an active interest in your party. Your options are... let's talk. Let's talk to him. 6. Bribe 10. Roll 332. Bribe to hire characters or hire as henchmen for 2 gold per day, provided you pay them the bonus and gold they request. Daily pay starts tomorrow. Characters will remain in your party as long as they are paid until you abandon them. More than one character is encountered, you must hire all or none as a group. If you don't hire them, roll 1d6. I don't think I can afford... Yeah, no, he requires 10 to hire. I cannot afford to hire him. So I have to roll. I get a 1, he ignores me. Okay. So that was uneventful, but okay. That happened. But yeah, the thingy, I'm looking for Turban Dude. Phew. Yeah, phew, indeed. I'm rooting for Turban Dude? What Turban Dude? Okay. End of day. We eat food. We eat food. We're down to 6 food. Wait, what just happened here? There. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but okay. Barber Prince? Barber Prince? What? Hi, Capsize, how are you doing? On the Canadian action, Jack Meat Sing, you might be referring to? Oh. Canadian election, right. That thing. Jack Meat Sing. Hello, how was your weekend, Capsize? Yeah, as long... I mean... There is a clear worse choice. So yeah. Let's see. We are done with week 1. We're at day 1. Okay. Right. They are looking at losing official party status right now. He's the leader of NDP. National Democratic Party? Something like that. Okay. Try to enter the forest. Maybe we can meet an elf. So, new Democratic Party, but yes. Okay. Yeah, National Democratic Party sounds a little bit weird. We are currently in the countryside. Lost on a 9+. That is still very high. 6. Hold on. Hold on. Along a road, any habitation. If you're traveling by raft. Hmm. Douglas River flows from east to west, south, and branch feet. So I could have just rafted the river. Could have just been here and been like, you know what? I'm gonna raft the river and travel here and just arrive here in like one turn. I'm not very smart. But yeah, this is how the game works. You learn these things bit by bit. It's like, oh right, rafting a river is a thing. We just spent like half a week getting stuck in hills instead of just using the river. I was like, I was thinking like, do you get lost if you're following a river? Well, no, if you're traveling on it, you don't get lost. Quite obviously. Live and learn, or more like die early and learn in your next life. Yes, exactly. Or like, but we're not getting lost, so we can enter the forest. Oop. And now let's see if we can get an event in the forest. Get a 5. That seems unlikely. Yeah, event is at 9 plus. Okay. Um, let's hunt. I want to hunt. So, I roll 2d6 while I'm still healthy and good. 5. That means I make. That was what? 12 minus 5 is 7. I cannot carry 7. But 1, 2, I can go up to 10. I can go up to 10 food again. And then I need to eat one of it. So I'm at 9 food. Right? 9 food. Okay. Yay! Okay. And there's no such thing as like searching the hex you're in. Right? So I think the Nesser River flows south to north. It's now getting easier not to starve. Yeah, definitely. Uh Oh no, the Nesser River flows north to south. It splits? The river splits? Oh, inconceivable. But I can raft the river. Okay, so we went into the forest. Didn't encounter anything. Let's try to go to the town. I'm starting to think towns and ruins and such are places I want to go. Right? So let's go toward the river, and then we can head to the town. So where I depart, take care and have a great rest of stream, everyone. Yeah, thank you for hanging out, Awkward Pain. It's always great having you here. And yeah. Hope tomorrow goes well for the Canada. So yeah. Good luck on that, I guess. Um yeah. So let's head up here. Or try to head up here. Do I get lost in the forest? Let's roll. A 2. I definitely do not get lost. Alright, and now I'm here back up at the countryside. Roll to see if I get an event. 8. Nope, no event. Okay. And then I just eat some food. Oh wait, that was I needed to mark the days. I was done with day 1. I now eat some food. Oh, that's the wrong layer. This layer. That was day 2. All right. And now for the day after that, we start rafting the river. So I don't think I need to like roll anything special. And I just travel hex sides. So 1, 2, 3. Right? So essentially you count the sides of the hex itself. So I can just start here, 1, and then go 2, 3, and then I can end up on this side of the river. Right? Uh Check once for travel event on the travel temple under rafting, then once for an event in the hex where you halt for the night. Okay, so it's just there's 2 possible events happening. So let's check the events for rafting. I'm guessing it's just this cross river. There is no special rafting. Okay, so cross river. Roll. We get an event. 10. We do get an event. Okay. 4, 4. Poison snake? What is that? Poison snake. Event 91. That's not good. The party unknowingly walks over the lair of a poison snake. One character suffers snakebite poison wounds. Roll 1 die for the number of poison wounds received. What? 3, 4, 3. What is poison? What does poison do? Wounds and endurance, serious wounding. Poison wounds. A poison wound cannot be healed normally. It remains a wound regardless of any rest taken until either a special possession provides a cure. The character dies of wounds. Oh, so I'm just poisoned now. Awesome. Roll 1 die for the number of poison wounds received. Just like roll a die. I could totally get like 6 poison wounds. No, I only got 1. Okay. Eek, that could have been really bad. Oh, why are you at full opacity again? There, poison. Okay, not great, but and then I roll for forest. Right, so I get an event at 9 or higher. No event in the forest. Okay, I just camp here for the night. And then I eat a food. Okay. And then next day we continue rafting. No, I think I have to roll to see if I can continue rafting, maybe? I don't know. It's a very convoluted. Like the rules here say when your raft travel is available, ride the raft until you get off by selecting a daily action other than raft travel, or when you roll 12 with 2d6 after each day's travel. The letter represents the raft reaching a stopping point for lengthy loading, unloading, or dismantling. Where the raft halts for the night and you camp on either hex adjacent. Select which hex. Yeah, but like I could just choose to continue rafting. Right? Unless there's a special rule I don't see. Uh um mm, oh, there's a lot of extra rules that I didn't pay attention to. That's okay. We learn the game as we go. There's a lot of fiddly bits. Right, okay. Uh yeah, no, there's nothing else. Transport. Rafting on rivers. Yeah, no, there's nothing saying, oh, you have to have a raft. Unless there is a raft over here. Nope. There's no such thing as a raft item. So yeah, I can just do that? I guess? Uh I guess? I don't know. Where were we? We're continuing with our travel. So let's travel sides. 1, 2, 3. And then let's go here. So we travel 1, 2. Do we get to go further? Well, we end up here anyway. Let's do this. Let's camp here, and then enter this town next day. Did I mark the day? I think I did. Okay, let's do a rafting event. Yeah, and I believe it's just this river crossing. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume it is because there's nothing else that matches. Wait, there's a raft event? Can we not just do this? Wait. Huh? 124. Oh, so I only, oh my goodness. Wow. So the wording of these rules is really, really bad. It seems to suggest that I can just raft on a river, but then it's like, no. There are certain special events that give you a raft. And when those events occur, then you can do this. Yeah, the rules are very unclear. Like I had to discover, like I mean look at these rules, right? you have the special option of using raft travel along the river. Okay, I have this option. Done. Do that, right? And then it says when raft travel is available, it makes it feel like when you're along a river. And when you're along a river, you can ride it until you get off. Done. Okay, finished. But there's nothing in here that says explicitly certain events. Not just here, like nowhere does it say certain events allow you to raft. It just says you have the special option. And that implies I just have it. It's just there in the game. But then I look over here and it's like, no. There's some events here that specifically give me a raft. These raftsmen might allow me to join. I just find a raft, right? Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot, I guess, where I need to get rules clarifications going, and this is the. We'll just play for now. We're here now. It's okay. We'll just roll. What did I roll? 6-2. 6-2. Raftsman. What do you know? This is event what? Event 122. You meet Raftsman at the side of the river, or 1 gold piece. 4, not or 4 1 gold piece. They will transport you across along with any members of the party mounts they wish. Until alternatively, starting tomorrow, you may hire them for travel up or down the river. See rule 213. Yeah, that's the rafting rule. All right. Yeah, this is rough. It's like the raft overturns. The raft is caught in an eddy. Hits a rock, overturns. Everyone in your party, including Mount, swims to shore. However, all wealth and all possessions are lost. Imagine being like close to end of the game, having like 490 gold, and be like, yeah, I only need a little bit more. You cross the river, get this event, and it's like, I am doomed. I have 2 turns left to get back my 500 gold. So it's this is harsh. This is the simulationist harshness of this game. Right? Oh my goodness. Okay. Mm. So I don't know. Where is here we go. They can I don't know. I don't need this, I guess. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. But let's roll for the grasslands event, countryside event. Here. Also, what song is this? A 5, no event. Okay. So I eat the food. Sorry about that. I'm at 6 food now. And then tomorrow I can go to the town. So we're now on day 3, or day 3 is done. Okay. Trying to cross the river to get into town. So, roll for river crossing event. 9. Does that give us? Nope, no event. Okay. Oh wait, I have to roll to see if I get lost. I do get lost. I don't get to cross the river. I keep forgetting it. This is the thing. Right, I roll to get lost. I am lost. I'll just hunt. Six. So I'm at 12 minus 6 is 6. I'm at full food, so I do all this and then I eat a food. I'm at 9 food. Done. Okay. And then I bed down for the night. Okay. Now, once again, I try to cross. See if I get lost. I do not. See if there's a river event. No river event. And then we enter the town, I guess? 3. That doesn't seem like an event. Yeah, no event. But we are now in a town. Doop. Okay. I don't want to pay for food. I still have enough food. So I just eat the food I have. Right? I'm at 8 food. And I don't want to buy, like, do I sleep outside? Hold on, does that do anything? Again, I need to check. Hmm. Food. Starvation. Lodging. Yeah, nothing else happens. I can just sleep outside if I'm on my own. Okay. Yeah, okay, so now I'm in a town. I can now do things. So, what do I get? I get actions in a town. Here. Seek news and information, hire followers, audience with local lord. Seek employment. Submit offering. Nope. Attempt thievery. What does thievery do? Uh, let's see. Attempt robbery. Is this it? 296. Yeah, see, this is what I meant with inconsistent rules and such. Here they say attempt thievery, rule 296, and then rule 296 is called attempt robbery. Like, please be consistent in your naming. This action takes place as night as he attempts a burglary, yet another term on an unsuspecting target. It will take place after any normal event and your evening meal. You have spent all day preparing and casing the joint, so you may not have had a normal daily action. However, you would have a normal day. They actually subtract -2 from all wits and wiles rolls here for lack of preparation time. Choose what type of crime you want to be involved with from the options below. Rob a house. That's the only thing I can do. In a town, you may rob. Oh no, I can also rob a stranger. Rob a house. In town, you may rob a rich man's house. If you roll 1d6 less than your wits and wiles, you may rob the house without attracting guards' attention. If you fail the roll, you are confronted by 1d6 guards. If you defeat the guards, you may rob the house. However, if the guards are encountered, you must escape the hex. At the end of the turn, as there will be a description out on you, determine your loot, roll 1d6 for the wealth code. Okay. If in a halfling town, robbery automatically succeeds due to their trust. Ah, okay, so halfling town is special, right? Rob a stranger, hoping to win a fat purse. You lurk along the dark alleys of the habitation. Suddenly you hear footsteps, see a dim outline in the half light. Roll 1d6 less than your wit and wiles. You're able to recognize what sort of person is approaching and may choose to attack or not. If you fail, you may still attack the stranger or not, but cannot identify him until committed to attack. Roll 2d6 for your victim. So what can I get here? So a dwarf would not be bad because a dwarf has wealth 21. A thief has wealth 25. Dang. A magician has wealth 60. Dang. Uh but I can attract constables. So there's always a risk. Um or I can seek an honest job. Um I can become a messenger. This is so wild. I can just do jobs and become a messenger and things. Huh. Oh, it's like 3 gold per day. Like this doesn't do me anything, right? The only way to really get a lot of gold is to plunder ruins. But I can stay in this town for a while, do some job, hire some people, and then go to the nearest ruin, which is where is the nearest ruin? There's one over here. And I think that's it. There's a temple over here. Where are more ruins? I don't see them. Oh, there's ruins up here. I would have to cross the river again. So these ruins are very close, but they're north of the river, so you may have to deal with mercenaries and stuff. Is there any other ruins? No, that's a temple. That's a temple. I don't know where the third ruins are. There's 3 icons for ruins here. I'm guessing there's 3 of them in the game somewhere. Not easy to spot. Also, this hex map is very empty. The fact that you only travel 1 hex a day is rough. No, this is a temple. Woodland Temple. I don't see it. Does anyone else see it? I don't know. Wins. Should say ruins on the map as well, right? Hmm. Oh, here. Ruins of Pelgar. Oh, okay. Um. Huh. Where should I go? Um. And it's wild that if you travel along a river, you can still get lost. Like, usually you travel along rivers to avoid getting lost, right? But no, it's like if you travel here, you can still get lost. Like, let me follow the river. Nope. Um, let's seek some information. Let's just do the information thing. Uh, oh, you can visit a tavern. Gambling, drunken night, quiet night in the tavern, supper in rooms, local gossip, read local notices. Oh wait, I can study history. Your discoveries unearth plague dust in the old scrolls. Keep sea trap lock. What is that? Oh, annoy archivist. Nothing. Can I study history in a town? I don't know. Study history, castle or temple. I cannot even do that. Okay, but I can seek news and information. So let's do that. Let's roll. And I add +1 to my roll. Okay. 10, so I got an 11. What does that do? You listen to shady contacts if you spend 5 gold pieces. You may add +1 to your wit and wiles in an attempt robbery roll tonight. Uh this feels counterintuitive because I did I did an event, not an event. I did an action during the day, right? I did an action during the day, and the attempt robbery very clearly says if I did an action during the day, I get -1 to my wits and wiles rolls. And this is like, oh, you did an action during the day. If you spend 5, you only get a -1 now if you attempt a robbery. It's like, huh? Feels weird. Uh, feels really, really weird. Like, unless it's um right. I really don't know. This feels like instead it's saying, oh no, you can still do a normal robbery tonight and you get +1 in your rolls. Because otherwise this feels like no upsides, right? You spend 5 gold and you have to make those 5 gold back. But if you had attempted a robbery, you would have just done the robbery itself anyway at full bonus instead of at half bonus, or you know what I mean? This is, oh my goodness. Um I also need to keep an eye on the clock. Uh okay. I think can't go too much longer really. Uh let's just, okay, you know what? I'm going to think, because otherwise it makes no sense, right? I pay 5 gold pieces and then I do a normal robbery and get a +1 on my rolls, my wits and wiles, right? Instead of the -2 and then a +1. I'm just gonna attempt this because why not? This is gonna be the last thing that I do. Um, so whoops, that was the wrong thing to press. Because also time is running short. This game is taking a lot longer. Also because I don't know what I'm doing and the rules are very obfuscating. Um, no, that was wrong. 5 gold, so I'm down to 2 gold. And then I will attempt a robbery, but this is after the meal, etc. Do I roll for event? No, I only roll for event if I travel. Right? Yeah. So I consume a food. Oop. And then I will do the robbery after the ad, and then I'll give my final thoughts for now. And then we'll have to call it. So yeah. Also, it's wild that you only have 9 hit points, basically. But this very clearly shows like the top level, the layeredness of the Hexcrawl, and it's telling me that I'm correct in starting with the Hexcrawl design instead of starting with lower level things like combat and such. Okay. Yeah, ad is gonna start soon. I'm just gonna wait out a little bit. Yeah, this game is there's a lot happening and a lot to keep in mind, really. And it's also a little bit of like what do I do? I mean, you have the goal of 500 gold pieces after 10 weeks. Um But how do
Endure.
you proceed?
In enduring,
Where do you
grow
go?
strong.
Where is the gold? And apparently a lot of this wilderness is just empty. The chances for events are not a lot. Not very high, so maybe I should have tried to go to the ruins. Who knows? Oof. And I've only I spent a whole week. I'm on week 2. I'm only still up here. Ah, how are you supposed to reach all the way down here? It's wild. I mean, I guess once you have the roads, once you follow the roads and such, you don't get lost. You don't roll for that. You don't spend several days stuck in a single hex. Oh my goodness. There's hills. Alright, so what do we have here? We have countryside, farmland, hills, forest, swamp, right. Mountains, desert, on road is its own thing. Airborne, right? You can buy a Pegasus. You can get an airborne mount. That's also a thing. Or you can find an airborne mount or something. Cross River Treasure. There's a lot of strange things like wealth code 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15. Like, what is this? Why these numbers? Why these numbers? I don't get it. But essentially, at some point, you want to get like this wealth down here because then you can get like 100 or so coins just from the get-go. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, from the ad. We are going to attempt a robbery. Hooray. So, let's rob a house. Rob a house, okay? So, I roll, and I get +1 to my wits and wiles. 2. Okay, so no problem. I don't attract the guard's attention. Roll for the wealth code. Oops. Where's this? Roll high, roll high, roll high. No! It's not a good house. Okay, so we get wealth code 30. So how much gold do we get from wealth code 30? Oh, these rolls are all so low. What is this? Treasure. 30, and I rolled a 227 gold. That's not great. Oh, is it wealth code 30 because the average is 30? Average is 25. Okay, I get it now. I get it. It's because it's like the average that you can expect. Okay, fair. I see where these numbers come from. So I got 29 gold. I could have gotten 100 or something like that. But I guess 29 is better than nothing. And that's it. That's the robbery. Just 3 die rolls. And this is totally possible, right? You can totally do this in a game. So we got 29. No, I had 2 before. So I'm actually at 31. Yeah. Okay, I guess. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So the whole robbery is just 3 rolls. Or so, right? Okay. Yeah. I'm going to end this for now. This is more complex. I may have to look up some like rules clarifications uh and such online, saying like, how do you actually do this? How do you, like, what do you watch out for in this game? Some of the rules are very convoluted and unclear and blah. Like I've made a lot of mistakes playing this game. Not like tactical mistakes, but like I read the rules wrong, or I didn't understand them correctly, or whatever. So I need to look at some of that, and I need to see if there's a way to play this without that makes it slightly more convenient, slightly more optimized, and if there's a way to organize the rules to make them make more sense, and extract the tables, or make the rules make shorter references for things that you do very often, and so on. But okay, for now, let me go over here. Okay, so close all of this stuff. Close the die roller. Okay. Very nice. And I can close this. Okay, so thoughts on the game. Hi, Vitalina. Thoughts on the game. I can see why it's so inspirational and why people still celebrate it. There's a lot going on. There is definitely a lot going on in the game, and it's very intricate, very complex, a lot of good ideas. It's just some of the execution, like some of the design and some of the execution, especially the rules clarity, is all over the place. But I'm very, very glad I played this. I might play it again at some point after I have like looked at what the heck is actually happening in the rules, right? Watch some clarifications or guides or things like that. It's like, yeah, no, the game actually works like this. It's like, oh. Then I might try again. But I already have a lot of ideas on what a hexcrawl feels like, right? This is the biggest thing. This tells me what a hexcrawl feels like, and 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 gives me a lot of good ideas on what to do with my own projects, and yeah, and how to prepare, how to craft a hexcrawl. So there's a lot of things in a hexcrawl, or in games like this, and in general, it's you have two portions that are interrelated and that affect each other, definitely, but you have the systems design and you have the level design, right? And a lot of this game is the level design. All of the events, the tables where you roll on what event you get, and so on. All of those are level design, which is really, really cool. But then you get a lot of things that are also systems design, like robbing a house, like the fact that you can rob a house, getting lost, the starvation, combat. Those are systems design, and I want to look at some of those. So now I have a better idea of what kind of prep goes into level design for a hex crawl, but what kind of systems you need to offer enough interesting choices for the players, and how not to take away those choices, like the getting lost thing, and what kinds of things you want players to pay attention to, in order to have an engaging game. And like I said, this game is a board game, right? There's basically no No role playing. This is a solo board game. You just play, you just roll, and then you just continue like that. But even so, you can already see how it's relatively easy to find places to introduce the role playing aspect. Like if you meet a person, right? You resolve the meeting with a single roll, but that meeting could be a role playing encounter or should be a role playing encounter. Sure, you can have systems to set things up, like how is this person, like how is their disposition? Are they being hostile or friendly or wary or whatever? What do they want, etc. Like it's like I talked to them. Oh, and then it got a roll of bribe, right? So it's I can hire them, but they want gold, right? Things like that, and that can definitely be put in there, and then you play this out in a role playing encounter. Um, or a lot of other stuff, a lot of stuff in towns and villages, or when you meet people on the road, or heck, even while traveling, you can try to make role playing space for role playing encounters and such. And that's not role playing encounters, role playing moments is the better word. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to do there. Yeah, I am liking this a lot. Plenty of elf nonsense. Yes, we need the elf nonsense. There is the hidden elf village, but it is hidden. It's not on the map. You find it through an event. Right, so probably you find an elf, you hire the elf to be your companion, and then they guide you to the elf village or something. I guess, maybe. Why is this still marked? Okay. Where am I? Here. Alright. Basically, where Zaya's from. Exactly. Alright. They overall, I quite liked it. And definitely gave me a lot of very good, very good ideas on what to do. Let's see. Who do we raid? Ah, there's someone, but stream is ending. Like the screen says stream ending. Nah. Rip. Okay. Who else is available for the raids? Ooh. K-Hun is streaming, and they are streaming Death Must Die with a new update. Oh, okay, yeah, we should totally see if we can. Let's go check that out. Yeah. Hold on. Let me just make sure. How long have they been going? Okay, a little. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Anything else I want to add? Vehicular manslaughter. What? Why vehicular manslaughter? What is happening? If we want a rate message, let's Lost Barbarian. Play on the Lost Vikings. Lost Barbarian. It's not very creative. The Lost Barbarian raid. Let's go with that. And yeah. So, is there anything else I want to add to this? I don't think so. I don't think I'll play it again tomorrow. Next week. I might take some lessons and try to design things next week. Like the design of that game is definitely old. You can tell, but it covers a lot of bases, and I can take that and be like, this is how that game does it, and also go, well, maybe I don't want to do it how that game does it, right? So yeah. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah. Let's check. There was 1 week where I can't stream, but I don't think that's the one coming up. So, yeah, for the next streams are going to be regular for now. So, on Thursday I will be back with more Baldur's Gate 2. And then on Monday more tabletop role-playing game design, and we'll work more on the Hexcrawl thing now that we know or have a lot of inspiration. Like, this was very, very valuable. Okay, so raid Kehan 4. Yes, correct. Okay. All right, so thank you all for coming here. I hope this was sort of enjoyable. I know it was very messy. I had to keep looking at the rule book and like work out where the rules are and blah, and it was very messy. But I hope it was sort of enjoyable looking at a board game from 1981. Game design has come a long way since then. So yeah, I'll be back on Thursday if life doesn't get in the way. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it very much. Yeah. Take care. Stay hydrated. Unlike me. And, yeah. Bye-bye.